Justin, markets have rallied sharply into the end of 2022. What's your outlook for the end of the year in stocks as well as 2023?
Absolutely. Seasonally, very good time. January turns out to be seasonal as well. The big thing for the markets coming in 2023 are going to be earnings. That starts the second week of January. Probably going to have some revisions, so it'll be a little choppy in the first half. And back half, we can look a little bit better growth on the earnings side.
Can you dig a little bit deeper into earnings? Because they did come down over the course of 2022.
Yep, absolutely. 250 came down to 230. We think that that's going to be closer to 205, 210 for 2023. Revisions for Q4 have come down. That doesn't stop just because you turn the calendar.
And how are you advising clients from a sector perspective?
Absolutely. So we take a barbell approach. Defensive sectors, true defensive sectors like staples and healthcare, we're overweight, but we're also overweight tech and financial services. All of those have worked except for tech. But again, if you look at long-term earnings growth in 2023, tech can give you that above market earnings growth.
Within those sectors, is there one particular group that you like a lot?
Yeah, inside financial services, the insurance industry has been doing very, very well. As a group, up 13%. And if you think about moving into 2023, you got pricing power, you've got a lot of these rate impacts that haven't even hit yet, and you don't have all of the credit risk that you have with some of the large banks.
Well, let's talk about some of those impacts and other things that could go wrong. So what would put your outlook at risk?
Yeah, really two things that we're worried about. One is employment and labor cost. Second one is inflation being stickier than what people think it's going to be. So on the inflation side, obviously the services component, that's where the worry is. On the labor side, you're looking at labor costs going up across all of these industries. And if that starts to impact the employment rate, that 3.7 moves up to 4.5, still below the 30-year average, that's another 1.5 people unemployed.
And we've talked about economics, we've talked about earnings, but it seems to me like everyone's watching the Fed. So when you look to Chairman Powell and the Federal Reserve, what do you see?
Yeah, he's got a tough job, but he's done a really good job in communicating. Back at Jackson Hole, it was very hawkish. Recently, not so much. And you look at those terminal rates, 4.75, 5%, that's where he wants things to be. That's where he's going to keep it. And he's done a good job with it so far.
All right, well, thanks a lot for coming on and talking about it.
Absolutely.